Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. Uh, Today it's another sunny day in not so warm Florida. Our overnight lows are getting into the 40s, and during the day it might get up to 70, 72, 73, somewhere in there. But anyway, this is the time of year everybody likes to make soups, those little comforting dishes. So I like to use some leeks when I make soups. So today I'm going to show you guys how to clean a leek. My daughter didn't even know what a leek was. So anyway, I'm going to show you. You need to clean them because how they're grown, there's a lot of sand and grit that gets in between the rings or the leaves, whatever you want to call them. So you have to make sure they're clean so you don't get none of that nasty gritty stuff in your food, your mouth, whatever. So let's get to it. This is one way to clean the leeks. Okay, so this is our leek or leeks. But anyway, this is it. It's a cousin, a grown-up cousin of the green onion or the scallion. Looks, if you know those are real skinny down here. They got green tops like this. You can use almost all of that. Anyway, you're gonna need a cutting board, a nice sharp knife, a little sieve. And I'm putting this in a bowl of water just to show you guys what the residue that comes out of these leaves. So without further ado, let's hit it. Okay, like I said before, leeks, they in the same family as an onion. They have a very mild flavor. They make a nice mild broth if you're into that, which I am. I made some. I'm going to show you. But at any rate, let's get to it. Okay, so I did rinse this off already a little bit, but that doesn't count. Okay, here you have the root end. So this is how I do it, okay? I cut the root end and I look at it just to make sure yep. One more time I'm gonna slice it. I like to see the rings. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go along. See that you can start to see the little rings that's in here. See? And I like doing those so that way we actually going to cut some. I'll show you. Okay. So anyway, the main part you're going to use of this is the white and up to the light green color. All right. I'm probably going to cut it right up about here. I slice it again. Now, I'm going to show you. See what I'm talking about. Can you see the rings right here? They look like rings. Like looking at a tree. Okay. Now, some people, they'll take the leek, instead of cutting it the way I did, they'll take it, cut the root end, and then they'll slice it up this way. This is why I don't like doing it like this. But anyway, they'll slice it like that, and then this is what you get. Now see, some of this, you can eat some of these. This is not as rough, but the grit, you can feel the grit right now in my fingers. So I'm going to put a couple of these in there that I'm going to use. I'm actually going to use all of these, but not for eating purposes. For making the broth, yes. But that's it right there. And then we put this off to the side. A lot of people take and throw the green tops. They throw them right in the trash can. I don't do that. I save them, and I make a leek broth. Like I said, it gives it, whatever you're cooking, a nice, mild, oniony flavor. And just to show you, I'm just going to cut just a light green color, right? I'll put this off to the side. I can use these. And when you cook with these, you cook them just like you would a regular onion. Okay, so like I was trying to tell you before about the rings, okay? Now what I like to do is take off one or two layers of this here first. See this here? And believe it or not, this I bought this at one store and it was $2 just for one of these, which I thought was a little crazy. So of course, like everybody else, I go to my neighborhood Walmart. Dun, dun, I get 3 of these puppies for $3 and change. Okay, but anyway, you can cut them in small, thin rings like this. Okay. depends. You know, if you want them doing something decorative or whatever. And then if you look, you just push them out like onion rings, see? And then I just take these and I throw them right in, well, I don't, usually you can put this right under the sink if you got a strainer or whatever. I'm just doing this part here just to show you guys that you'll see, you'll get some residue out of these leaves, okay? Or out of the leek itself. It's already starting to get at the bottom. And I'll show you what I mean. See, like this part here, I could have cut that a little more, but I save all of that because that's going to go in my broth when I make it. Okay, so then what you can do is you can take this and just slice it right down the middle, okay? Then you can, if you want to, you can clean these one individually at a time. See how they come apart, like I was telling you. And right now my hands, my fingers are all gritty. They're getting sand in there. You get a lot of sand out of these. And you don't really see it until you really rinse it out, okay? But anyway, you can keep these like this in this length, you know, and cut them up later. I usually cut everything up at one time, how I'm going to use it. It's up to you whether you like to keep it in like this, like little logs, or you like to cut it up. And again, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. I'd be doing this in the sink. Okay. Then you can also slice these up into little half moons or semicircles, whatever you want to call them. And this is all good for, you can put this in anything, a soup, stock. You can make you an omelet, toss some of these in there. They have a very mild flavor. They're in the same family as the onion, garlic. Some people say these have a little garlicky flavor to them. I don't know. I don't see that. But at any rate, we're just going to take this here, put that in the bowl. And I like to really rinse them good. And what you should do, if you're going to keep cutting, you can feel a little grit on here, take and rinse off your cutting board. Because I'm telling you, you get sand in there. But at any rate, these have a nice flavor to them, a nice taste. So, and then what you want to do, let me bring this closer. You just want to really give them a good toss. If you're doing it like this in a bucket, or if you're doing them in the sink, you just take them like this, put them in your strainer or your sieve, whatever you want to call it. I don't use this one that often. I got it because it collapses and it's easy to stow in the drawer. You know what I mean? You can put stuff on top of it, squish it down, it don't hurt it. Okay. Then you can just take it and run it under the water. Give it a good shake. What I like to do is after I cut these, after I clean them good, I take them and put them on a paper towel or a nice clean napkin. I mean, terry cloth. I mean, a bar towel, whatever you call them. The kitchen towel. How about that? Okay, but anyway, I'm trying to clean out the rest of these little pieces of leeks, but I want to show you, if you look at the bottom here, I'm going to try to bring this down so you guys can see it. But if you look in the bottom, you see all the dirt here? This is all that stuff that comes out. You can put your finger on it. It's real gritty. And if I'd have cleaned all these big leaves, I'd have got way more. But at any rate, that's just cleaning the tight stuff where they say there really isn't grit. You know, there's grit in there. So that's basically how you have to clean them. Then what I do with the other things, let me show you that real quick. What I normally do is I'll take my tops like these, all right? And I'm going to run them through some water here real quick. Again. why I don't discard these. I like using them. I'm going to show you what it comes out like. I'm going to use it today. I'm going to make another recipe, but I'm going to use some leek broth in it that I've already made. Okay. And what I do is I just take these and try to keep them in a bunch, thusly. Thusly? Oh, wow. And I just cut them, you know, like I would anything else. But the reason I cut these, when I steep them, is what I call it, because I'm making a cup of tea, except in a pot on the stove. And this way I try to extract as much flavor as I can out of these. Okay, and then if I don't use these today, I'll store them in a Ziploc bag, and then I'll put them in, when I'm ready, I put them in a pot with water, a little salt and pepper, and let them steam away. And then what you have, I happen to have some handy because I made it the other day. You have like a leek broth, and I want to just show you this. It looks just almost like a veggie stock, veggie broth. But it has such a mild oniony flavor, but it's good when you mix it with something else. Like if you want to have a vegetarian soup, this is perfect for you. The leeks have a lot of nutrients that your body needs, and so it's healthy to cook with this. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I'll be using this today. I'm making another soup recipe. You guys are really going to like that one, I think. But it's a healthy soup, but it's nice and creamy, and that's what we're going to use. So, if you guys learned something out of this, give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't yet, and when you do, little notification bell will pop up, and you hit that, and you'll be notified each time we come up with another video. And there's a little arrow down box, a little arrow down below the video box. You hit that, drop down box will come down. That'll give you a link to my Cooking with Mr. Dan Facebook page, a link to my daughter's artwork site page, and usually a complete recipe and how we did this. So today I'll just probably put down, you know, leeks and how to cut them, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, save all your roots like this here, put it in your mix, and so when you get ready to cook, you get all the flavor and you don't waste hardly nothing. And then once you're done cooking these, or for your broth, then you just take them and throw them away because they're useless. You're going to suck all the flavor out of them. Okay, guys, till next time, this is Mr. Dan saying stay hungry. When you are, come back, and we will give you another delicious dish just like this, or how to use this in a dish that'll be nice and delicious, okay? So until next time, stay healthy, stay away from that COVID, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.